Whoopi Goldberg of The View and Congresswoman Elon Omar getting a lot of backlash because of of what they feel the United States represents to them and how the United States is progressively going down in terms of the way that people live and how their citizens are treated. And you have Whoopi Goldberg, who compares the United States to Iran, basically saying that Iran is better for black people or better for black women and so on and so forth. But I don't believe that Whoopi believes half of the things that she says. I believe that Whoopi Goldberg is being paid to say these things because she is an employee of The View. And I believe that it is her job to be anti-Trump, anti-Republican, anti-everything, and pro-Democrats. Pro-Democrats no matter what they do, anti-Trump no matter what he does, even if it's great for the country. You're going to take a look at her comments here. I think the Congress lady is going to talk first, and then it'll go to Whoopi Goldberg of The View. Of course, Whoopi Goldberg is an African-American woman who has achieved great heights in her career, man. She's a multimillionaire. She is a star. She's an actress. She's also an actress of The View. Whether you like The View or not, it has been on for a long time, very popular show, and she is continuing her great acting on The View in my estimation. So without further ado, let's take a look at what these ladies have to say about our beautiful country, the United States of America.
For most of the world, America stands for freedom. It's a place that other countries look up to.
Facts.
But apparently, Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar may think otherwise.
To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights, while our president is spending millions of dollars propping himself up like a failed dictator with a military parade. It is really shocking.
One of the worst countries in the world. Yeah, that's why millions came across the border over the last few years, right? Well, if you thought that was extreme, you won't believe this, or maybe you will because it happened on The View. This is Whoopi Goldberg. She gave a shocking claim about how black people in our country are comparing to what it's like to live in Iran.
Let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
But where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United States.
Keep hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
Killed for
I'm sorry. I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Race hustlers, race baiters, always, always. It's like there's no progression in the United States. Of course, does the United States have a bad history? Of course it does. Every country does. And unfortunately, it's deep-rooted. There's a lot of things that people are still upset about. But listen, we have progressed as a country, as a people. We are United States citizens. We have progressed. It is not what it used to be. Now, do we have room for improvement? Of course we do. Everybody does. We do. But we are making steps to get better. But you always have people like this that want to continue to push race. They want to make race this hot button all the time, everything. Whoopi Goldberg acts like, we are living in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, or we're living in the slave times. We are not. Those are very, very horrific times in our past, and we acknowledge that. But there's those of us who are not going to allow that to hold us back, or we're not going to use that as a crutch. Whoopi Goldberg is an American dream. Whether you want to believe that or not, she is. Look at her. She's a very successful person. I just don't like the fact that she keeps race baiting. I don't like it. A lot of these people do it, and it causes division. It's very divisive, and they know this. And I believe Whoopi Goldberg is paid to carry these ideas out, man. This ideology of, things are not better in the United States. Everyone's still racist towards black people, so on and so forth. There's a lot of black people here who are very successful. and totally buy into the American dream and is living the American dream. Whoopi Goldberg is one of those people.
Goldberg has millions of dollars. Whoopi Goldberg is a famous actress. She's on a talk show, Kennedy, and it's time to educate Whoopi Goldberg. Let's meet Mahsa Amini. Mahsa Amini, we have her picture. She was in Iran, 22 years old. Didn't wear her hijab. So, of course, the morality police arrested her in Iran. She died in a re-education class in prison where she was physically abused by Iranian authorities. So apparently this is where Whoopi would like to be.
Yes, and she would not have the privilege of being on a talk show without her hijab and talking about the Iranian regime and challenging them and criticizing them any day of the week. That is what Whoopi Goldberg experiences in the United States as a successful black woman. In fact, the laws against women especially going out and assembling in order to fight the authoritarianism in Iran, that is met with death. Like you can receive the maximum penalty is death, not only for political protest, but also if you are in a same-sex relationship. The government can kill you. In this country, we have Pride Month. If she can't recognize the difference, she should not be on the air disseminating this claptrap.
Yeah, and they do.
Facts. So for the very thing that she does, she would not be allowed to do that in Iran. But yet she's treated so bad in this country. This successful black woman is treated so bad in this country. It's ridiculous, man. It's an insult that they keep driving this narrative. They want to be divisive. This is exactly what their goal is. They want to paint this narrative. You have Whoopi Goldberg on a very popular show. I'm not sure if it's as popular as it used to be because I think a lot of people are seeing through the BS. But still, it's been on for a long time. Whoopi Goldberg is a famous person. She is a public figure that a lot of people know who she is, man. And you're going to have some people who believe everything that she says, which I think in this time right now, it's ridiculous.
It'll kill you. Harris, listen to this from PBS based on a UN report. So after Mahsa's death, the Iranian government cracked down, killing more than 500 people, 22,000 detained. This included children. This is hard to listen to, but apparently they killed people with shotguns, assault rifles, submachine guns, found a pattern of shooting people intentionally in the eye. Some of those detained faced sexual violence, including rape, threat of rape, forced nudity, groping, and electrocution of their genitals. Welcome to Iran, Whoopi Goldberg, but apparently it's harder to live in this country.
Well, it's 2025. I don't know if she knows that. And that's not to say that bad things didn't happen previously in this country. But on Juneteenth, where we recognize the emancipation from slavery, Texas, the last state, on this particular day, and she does this the day before, she's ignorant of the facts. I want to try to be kind because my expectation for Whoopi Goldberg is lower. I liked her better when she was playing on, an actress on Star Trek The Next Generation, where her character was based off this planet in space with aliens. Now she's become one. Read, learn. She says a lot of offensive things. It's what they're about. It's why people look at that show and go, I can't watch it anymore. But this goes beyond the pale, because if you can't see where we're coming from, then you have no hope for where we can go. That's as racist as anything else I've heard.
And Dr. Siegel, I don't know if they hand out research packets on The View, but they need to start.
There's no question. By the way, Harris also in the last hour on her show is really brilliant on this about it being Juneteenth and about how black people in this country now can rise to be a great anchor or they can be a doctor or a lawyer. And I don't know what Whoopi was talking about, but when she played Gannon on Star Trek, she actually was a bartender talking to people and meeting them where they live. She's not meeting people where they live. And one more thing, Iran just passed another law at the end of last year, making it even worse for young women and girls, where they can be put to death for this, for showing their legs, like the women on The View. It's unconscionable that she would try to make a moral equivalency here.
Gross. Yeah, how offensive. I mean, Emily, there are a lot of courageous Iranians who have stood up to the government, young women in particular, and said, no, I want freedom, and they've lost their lives because of it. I mean, does Whoopi have any understanding of that?
Well, I want to focus, if I may, on the Congresswoman's remarks that I just found so patently offensive also. Says this is the worst country in the world, everyone is fleeing. Says the person who is from Mogadishu, whose family fled a civil war that has gone on for decades. The global rankings of Somalia list it as literally among the least stable on the entire planet and among the most violent on the entire planet, where people are subjected to massive terroristic explosions and violence and murders and abuse all day, every day, with an unpredictable quotient that is absolutely frightening, including the loss of many American and our allies' lives there. And for this sitting congressperson to say somehow this is equivalent to the United States and then say everyone, that's why people are fleeing this. The only people fleeing this country are illegal immigrants with criminal records or Rosie O'Donnell. Everyone else is real happy that they live in the good old US of A. And when she says that we reject the things that have happened this week, celebrating the army, protecting Americans, I'm sorry, this is the greatest country on earth. So I really hope her constituents yet again rethink putting that person into a place of power in this country.
We saved astronauts stranded. We sent ventilators around the world during COVID. We rescued hostages. Welcome to the United States.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily.
The United States does a lot of great things. We do. And just like anything, there's good and bad, man. But the United States, man, it still represents a lot of great things. And a lot of people want to come to this country to live. Do we have problems in the United States? Of course. But Whoopi Goldberg is disingenuous, right? And the Congress lady also is disingenuous. When they speak, I believe that is just anti-Trump. Anti-Trump and anti-Republican. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, they're always going to be against it, even if Donald Trump is doing a great job, which I believe that he is. I do want to read this, man, about Iran. So you take a look at this. Treatment of women in Iran is complex and contested issue marked by significant restrictions and challenges, particularly regarding their rights and freedoms. Compulsory hijab laws. Since 1979, Islamic Revolution, wearing a head scarf, hijab, in public has been mandatory for women. The enforcement of these laws have been a source of tension, with the introduction of increasingly strict penalties for noncompliance, including fines, imprisonment, and restrictions on education and employment opportunities. The death of Gina Masha Amini, I think this is the girl, I just butchered that name, but this is the girl they were just talking about, in the custody of the morality police in 2022 after being arrested for alleged noncompliance with the hijab laws, sparked widespread protests. And I'm going to read a couple more things. Legal discrimination. Iranian law in both theory and practice is seen as fundamentally discriminating against women. Discriminatory laws exist in areas such as marriage, divorce, child custody, and inheritance, often granting men a more favorable legal position. For example, a woman's court testimony is considered to be worth half of that of a man's. This is the country that they say is better than, they get treated better than in the United States, which is crazy. Restrictions on employment and professional opportunities. Despite increasing numbers of women pursuing higher education in Iran, they face significant barriers to entering the workforce and achieving equal opportunities in the job market. Women's participation in the labor force is significantly lower than that of men, and they often face discrimination in hiring and promotions. Some professions are designated as male only, and women may be barred from certain jobs if their husbands deem they're incompatible with family interests. So this is what they're fighting for. I'm telling you, they're being disingenuous. I don't believe that they believe what they're saying. And in Whoopi Goldberg's case, I believe that she is being paid to say the things that she says, and she's a great actress, because people are convinced that she really believes half of the stuff that she says. And as for the Congress lady, look, if America is so bad, I mean, you became a congresswoman here, and America has given you the latitude to be able to speak out against, things that you don't agree with in politics, in our culture. So for you to hate on America this bad, and you are not from here, people are going to ask you the question, why do you even stay?